Well, hello everyone. A very happy Thursday to you. And Thursday means what? That's right, it means Stompy Mech Night. Because what could be better on a Thursday than a little bit of Stompy Mech action? Mech Warrior Online, for those of you guys who are not familiar with it, is a game about big stompy robots doing big stompy things. And of course, we'll do some story time as the evening goes on tonight, because what could be better than Stompy Mechs and story time? Stompy Mechs, story time. So sit back, everyone, relax, and prepare to enjoy as we get ourselves into the fun that is Stompy Mech Night. And let's just dive right on in. There's some events going on in MechWarrior Online tonight. Um, for the next little while, they are doing a giveaway of 3 different mechs as you go through and as you do your things. You can't connect. 3 different mechs are giving away a Kodiak Spirit Bear, a Battle Master. I was like, Battle Stalker? No, that's not right. A Battle Master they're giving away. And they are also giving away a Bull Shark. As you play through the month, as you do the things, you can get the mechs. The very first mech that you get, so if you've never played the game before, the very first mech that you get, you need 1 victory with, I want to say, 250 match score. And you get the first mech. So it's pretty daggum fantastic. So if you've never played MechWarrior Online before, now is a good time. There are a lot of free mechs for you to be able to get in here as the event goes along, and they should be good mechs too. All right, Canyon Network Conquest. And it's not going to be Conquest, because that would be too easy for me to actually get what it is that I want. They'll tell me what I want, what I really, really want. They wanna. If you wanna be my lover, you gotta get with my friends. Make it last forever. Friendship never ends. And so as we go on tonight, if you have any questions about what MechWarrior Online is all about, if you happen to be new to the game, you let me know. And I will be happy to answer any questions that I can as we go along. Because knowing the answers is important. Don't you think so? I think so. And again, after the first, after about 20 minutes into the stream, we will start our story time for the evening. Story time is, I want to say, Blood of Heroes. Am I right? Is it Blood of Heroes? It is Blood of Heroes. So yes, we will be reading Blood of Heroes tonight once we get a little ways into the stream.
Online. Weapons online. All systems nominal.
Override engaged.
Left side, guys.
Right, go left. Overrided.
So I'm rocking the Cicada here. Thunderbolts at a 1,000 meter optimal range, which is insane. And a couple of ER small lasers.
Final on C6 if you don't play the hills in the middle.
Do 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 do.
Target acquired. New target acquired.
Target spotted. Attack as planned.
Really? He
UAV over me needs to go.
immediately killed me in one shot. That might have been a little ridiculous. I mean, let's see, how he does in the rest of the match. Because if he hits multiples of those, then that wasn't okay. If he does not hit multiples of those, then that was just a lucky shot, which they do happen. But it's a little surprising that he managed to hit just the CT. Nowhere else. But it does happen. Just a little ridiculous. I guess we'll see as the night goes on, huh? So I guess I get to sit back with the rest of you guys and just watch the show. Because one shot, one kill to me. Instant headshot. Which just sucks. I did 0 damage. Count it, 0. Well, what are you going to do, right? I don't see any more headshots coming in. It's still 0-1. So I think he just got himself one hell of a lucky shot on me. And like I said, it hit nowhere but the cockpit. Nothing else but my head. Which just sucks, but hey, I can engage with you guys. Hello, everyone. Welcome on in. This is Mech Warrior Online, where big stompy mechs fight with each other until they die. In this case, we are in a domination. So if you see that little circle in the middle there, the green one down at the bottom of my screen behind my head. Hey, where is it? Right here. Right here. That green circle is our domination square. Basically, the winner is the one who holds that the longest, or holds it until it counts down to 0. But most of the time, this is just going to go to whoever ends up killing the other team first.
Where's the gas?
New target acquired.
I may have to play in something other than the cicada, because the cicada, it's not been doing great for me. Let's quit out of this. Let's go get ourselves a new match, shall we? Let's go get ourselves a new mech. If you guys have any mechs that you would recommend for me, that you'd love to see me play, let me know. If I've got it, I will consider it. I'm not going to tell you I will do it, but I'll consider it. All right, let's get ourselves another mech. Something that is already skilled up a little bit and can go and do some damage. Come on, load up. So we're running fast tonight in here, huh? Angry fish. Let's take the angry fish. Because angry fish. Who doesn't like them a little angry fish? I know I like it. do do. Do 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 do. Do do do. Do 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 do. Okay. Let's try to get out there with the angry fish, shall we? Hopefully it does a little bit better for me than that cicada's been doing. It can't do worse than that last match, right? That's my story, and I'm sticking to it. That's my story. Oh, that's my story. I ain't got a witness, and you know I can't prove it. But that's my story, and I'm sticking to it. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Ba da 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 da. Bum ba da ba. Ba da 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 da. Da 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 do 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 do. Let me do something here. Let's take this and move this down here, so it's a little bit out of the way. And that will be good. Now, where the heck was? There we go. That was annoying me there on the right-hand side. But what are you going to do? What would you do for a Klondike bar? Klondike bar.
It's not that I have a problem with dying. It's I have a problem with living without passion.
Amen. Wedge, you're reported. Reported.
Siri, harder.
Reactor online.
Sorry, I'm reporting you.
Sensors
Get
online.
reported, nerd.
Weapons
Let Hunchback
online.
better get 1,000 damage, damn it.
All systems nominal.
Override
If you get
engaged.
1,500 damage, I'm immediately reporting you.
Why, thank you for the Twitch Prime sub. Very much appreciated. Thank you for helping to spend Amazon's money to support me. I appreciate it.
Acquired.
Affirmative. Target spotted. Target spotted.
New target
Target
acquired.
spotted.
UAV activated.
Oh, they're all on the hill already. They're taking their hill up high.
think I went the
No, I'll
wrong
go
way
up the
by
hill.
going around this mountain.
Warning, incoming missile. Warning, incoming
Well,
missile.
at least we know where they all are.
Target spotted.
They're trying to shoot at me,
Need
but
assistance.
they're not gonna get me.
Target spotted.
Yeah, they all went to the left, which is a odd way for them to go in here, but
Need assistance.
I mean, it's not a bad
Target spotted.
choice. And now we just have to go and fight them. We will fight them in the hills.
Target
We will
spotted.
fight them in the dales. Over hill, over dale, we will fight them with our tails. As the caissons go rolling along.
Target spotted. Need assistance.
And it's high, high, he in the field artillery.
New target acquired.
Target spotted. Target spotted. Need assistance. Target spotted. Target
New
spotted.
target acquired.
Need
For
assistance.
where'er we go, you will always know that the mechs will go rolling along. That the mechs will go rolling along.
New target acquired.
Target spotted. Target spotted.
New target acquired.
Need assistance. Target spotted. Target spotted. Need assistance.
Take off that torso.
Target spotted.
Torso's almost off kilo.
Need assistance. Affirmative.
Heat's dropping. Torso's gone.
Target spotted.
And hello, everyone. If you're just joining, glad to have you here.
New target
This is
acquired.
Mech
guys.
Warrior
Thanks,
Online.
Target spotted. The enemy has started to chip away at us. Stay frosty.
New target acquired.
Target spotted.
Destroyed.
Target spotted.
Center torso critical damage. Right torso critical damage.
Why I have to be the one pushing in? I'm the little guy. The big guys should be the ones pushing in.
Problem in the open.
But what are you gonna do? I'm still alive at the moment.
Target acquired. New target acquired.
Note the at the moment. Stop getting in my way, dude.
Target destroyed.
All right, we're picking it up now. We're
New
in the
target
lead.
acquired.
I fucked up. That
Fantastic.
It should be open right torso.
Target spotted.
I think we just killed him.
Oh, he's already dead? Nice.
New target acquired.
Ow.
Hotels forward.
They need to push. Why aren't they pushing? So again, guys, Mech Warrior Online, big stompy robots, smashing other big stompy robots. Until this is a skirmish, so until one side is dead. My big stompy robot was a little stompy robot,
Target spotted.
but it was okay.
New target acquired. Target destroyed. Target acquired.
We're half down. Don't let the hostiles
Sure.
take down any more of you.
Target destroyed.
Yes, it was me.
Job, guys. Close game members.
Ooh, 9-8. I'm okay. I mean, you know what? One way or the other, I am very okay with a close match like this. It
Maybe else is my bottom. It might be too much to drop down.
over the last little bit, we've had a lot of very stompy ones where it was 12-1, 11-1, things like that. And this is much better. I like really close matches like this because it means that both sides were fairly even and were playing well, which makes a huge difference in games like these. Nobody wants to have a game that is just very one-sided, and thankfully this one was not very one-sided, so I am quite okay with that.
Jesus fucking Christ.
It's 9-9. Okay, well, let's see. We got this Marauder left. What else have we got? We've got a Summoner here with dual ERPPCs. And,
Left
well,
click on that
Schneikes,
bull
that's
chart.
it. Just those two. So we may not come out with the win on this one. Sadness.
New target acquired. Warning, incoming missile. Heat sink destroyed. Warning, incoming missile.
Let's see. Come on, can we do it? Nope, he's not going to do it. Not with the one guy that's left. He's unfortunately not going to make it, I don't think.
CPC destroyed.
Overall, a good fight, though.
Fuel at 25%. Fuel at 0%. Center torso critical damage.
Again, I'm okay with a close fight. Yo, I don't care who wins. I mean, I'd love to be the one to win, but
Left torso critical damage. ECPC destroyed. Heat sink destroyed. Left torso.
nice try. I'll take a 10-12 any day.
Nice try, yeah.
I'd love a win, but I will take a 10-12. All right. Yeah, I was pushing way too much on mine because nobody else was getting out there and pushing, so somebody had to. And if it wasn't going to be me, well, then it needed to be somebody. And hello, everybody out there. If you have any questions about the game, let me know. Glad to have you guys here with me. And let's get back out there. I haven't seen any of my unit on yet, so I do expect some of the unit on tonight, as they are very regularly on. At least some of them are on with me on Thursday nights. And so, but now, you know what it's time for? It's time for some story time, ladies and gentlemen. Oh shoot, I haven't even opened my book yet. It's hard to have story time when I haven't even opened the book. Let's remedy that, shall we? Story time. Time to read some book. Well, we wait for our next match of Stompy Mechs. So let's get that opened here. We are reading Blood of Heroes. So let's do that, and then that should come up for me, I hope. Meld Studios is good, but sometimes it okay, there we go. Sometimes it's funky about actually getting scenes if they weren't open right at the start. So here we go. Chapter 5. Dunkeld, Glengarry, Federated Commonwealth, 1 April 3056. The magnificent sunrise of Dunkeld was one sight Alex Carlyle never tired of seeing. A brilliant orange ball rising out of the mists of the Firth of Dunkeld, Glengarry's K-class star shed its light over the harbor and across the old, dignified capital city. Despite the Emerald's late arrival from the training center the night before, Alex had made a point of rising early enough to watch the sunrise from the balcony of the residence, the Grey Death's fortified base on Castle Hill. Sudeten, The world where Alex had been born and raised circled its brilliant sun at a distance of nearly 3 astronomical units, which made its dawns far less spectacular than here on Glencarry. Alex leaned against a thick stone parapet and took a sip of blackroot tea as his gaze wandered down onto the streets and colorful rooftops of the Dunkeld's wealthiest residential neighborhood, spreading out at the foot of the hill. From here, distance and morning mist obscured the less savory details, and it was possible to imagine the city as must have been in its prime, before war and neglect had marred its antique beauty. And now, our match is coming up, so let's switch on back to it. And here we go again. Back in the Angry Fish.
Online.
My angry fish is, of course, my
Sensors
piranha.
online.
Because angry fish. What could be better than an angry fish? I asks you, lovingly. Override engaged.
Override engaged.
Ah. Oh, he asks you lovingly, you know. As we run up and try to engage with the enemy. This is an assault, so a gigantic game of capture the flag. Basically. And hello again, everybody. If you have any questions about the game or what I'm doing, let me know. As I get into the games, I tend to talk a little bit less because they can get quite intense. Just finding myself a good hiding spot in here while I wait for others to come on in. As a light mech, I'm much faster than the majority of the team. But I'm also much, well, lighter than the majority of the team. So it's much easier to make me go away.
Target spotted.
UAV activated.
UAV activated, but didn't catch anybody in it. Alright, let's get moved out towards where the rest of the team is.
Target spotted.
Because I don't really want to be there by myself. And if they're not going to come that way, I need to go to them.
Target spotted. Target spotted.
UAV activated.
Target
Target
spotted.
acquired.
Sorry, stay on this right side.
Sorry.
Jump!
New
Target
target
spotted.
acquired.
My legs! My legs, boss. They hurts my legs.
Target spotted.
New target acquired.
Target spotted. Target spotted.
Target acquired.
Target spotted.
New target
Target
acquired.
spotted. Target spotted.
Stupid hills made it so I couldn't really shoot them. My two heavy lasers could, small lasers could get to them, but
Hey, run. Apparently the whole team's coming to get us. In court to our teammates.
So what you're saying is run?
Yeah, that's kind of what I'm saying.
Target spotted. Target spotted.
Wow, my FPS is really lagging.
New target acquired.
Nope,
Target
not going that way.
Target acquired.
I'm thinking it's because I'm... Fuck me. All right.
There's several down low left.
Yeah, all right, guys. If you are on
Basically all
TikTok,
down there. All you need to do is them from
I love
up
you.
top.
I wish I could stay here with you, but it is causing my game to lag something fierce. So if you're on TikTok and you want to, come and join me on Twitch or YouTube, and I will continue to stream there. But I'm going to
Press
call
up
it
a-
here
up a
because
blackjack down
this
there.
is
Need
my
to cross. You
FPS in
can't
this
drop
game
from there.
is lagging super
You
bad,
can't drop
and
from
it's making it to where I can't get stuff done. So thanks, guys. I'll be back again another night. All right, let's end the TikTok
kill.
stream because that one just, I think that's what's causing my huge lags in here. And it was hitting really badly. I got to see if I can find a way to get TikTok to be able to stream right from Meld Studios. And if I can stream it from Meld Studios, then I won't probably have the same issues. But right now, I'm having to operate under two different streaming platforms, and it is not working.
Center torso, critical damage.
Ouch. My audio is very low. My audio from game is very low. Or me is very low, because I shouldn't be too low on mine. But it's possible my audio is at where it normally would be as well, so... That's really weird. Because I show that I'm running across fine. You don't have me turned down on your side, do you? Let me pull it up on my phone and see what I'm hearing through there. Actually, I can do that through my iPad. Because, yeah, I haven't changed anything with it, so nothing should be quieter because of it. But that doesn't mean that things didn't go wonky, because you know as well as I do, things go wonky sometimes. So let me see if I can get into where is my Twitch and see if I am seeing the same thing on my devices on this side. Guess who's back? Back again. Guess who? Yeah, it seems like it's coming through at normal volume on my iPad. Anybody else out there hearing it being really light? So yeah, I'm not sure why it's coming through light, but from what I can tell on my side, all of my audio shows that it's streaming right, and on my iPad it sounded like it was coming through right. Now that doesn't mean that there's not something wonky, because why wouldn't it be wonky? But I'm not sure what the issue is if you're having the issue there. And again, it could be that when I was trying to run it with both. So I've been trying to stream to TikTok as well, to just add an additional service that I can stream to. But the only way for me to stream to TikTok at the moment is to stream through their live studio, which meant I had to have my normal OBS and that open. And so that really could have been playing with things. That wouldn't surprise me. It honestly, it could be, I guess, one or the other. Um, let's say it seemed like I was coming across fine. I don't think I'm louder before than I was now, but to be fair, yeah, I have changed streaming softwares. There's been a lot of, changes that I've done over the last year as I've been optimizing some things. So it is possible that it just sounds a little different than what you're used to.
Reactor online.
But hey, either way,
Sensors
thank you for using the
activated.
free Amazon
Weapons
Prime, and
online.
then off of that, using your free your free Prime sub. Override engaged.
Override.
I appreciate it.
Hostiles, show no mercy.
Does anybody have a line that particularly that they'd like to fight on?
The winning line.
So the hotel line, got it.
Affirmative.
Yes, that's right. The hotel line, which isn't even on the map.
Target acquired.
From what I could tell, it looks like they are headed towards the Delta Charlie side. So if you're over there by yourselves, you may want to get out of there.
Target acquired. New target acquired.
Target spotted. Assistance.
Couple assaults in Echo 6 in the tunnel area. Looks like they may have jetted out of there to their base area.
Need assistance.
New target acquired.
Target spotted.
I know, right? Yeah, you gotta love the Game Boys in here. Those are some of the
New target acquired.
add-ons that you can do to just basically add some color to what it is that you're doing here.
UAV activated. New target acquired.
The enemy has started to chip away at us.
God bless. What is going on with us not being able to do well tonight?
Target spotted. Target spotted.
New target acquired.
Excuse me, I have a rapid fire that one
New target acquired.
Well, I liked him at least. And why does that alert still keep on coming through frickin' Lumia? Stop alerting me on things. I mean, don't get me wrong, I like that, people are out there and chatting and all of that stuff, but stop with the alerts. I don't want you. Because they just go off in my ear and they mess me up. Good, it looks like, I'll leave that one. I'll leave that one. Leave that one. Okay, some of these I'm okay with. But stop it, Lumia. God, we are just getting our ass handed to us these last couple of games.
Artillery strike online. Center torso critical
It's going to be back to being this way, isn't it? The last couple of weeks, it's been really bad for mechs that are not, or matches that are not coming out at all, even in the vicinity of being even.
Well, you know it's PGI for the win, so.
I know, right? Vega,
Prefer
what are you doing on a
anything
Thursday?
Bigger if you can.
It was a light day at work, so I got off early and got all my, usual after work stuff done early.
Nice.
So I actually have time to play tonight.
I'm happy to have you. Yeah, so the first couple of matches I had, they were actually like 9 to 12s. They were really good matches. These last two have been 1 to 12s.
Again,
PGI for the win. Yeah, I don't know if they're still having hitbox reg issues or if only people from Canada can actually, have stuff that hits. I don't know. But like it took me way too long as a angry fish to kill a freaking incubus. Like he shut down twice in front of me and still didn't die.
Wow. That's, generally not good.
Yeah, 0 killing blows, 1 kill assist, 1 KMDD, 339 done, 236 taken, 20 team damage. Oops. Oh yeah, and let's see, my very first match of the evening, I went out in the cicada I've been playing with. I poked around a corner.
Hey, Laughing Bear.
1 shot, 1 kill, headshotted, 19 points of damage. Did not touch me anywhere else on the mech. I'm like, are you freaking kidding me? It's just going to be one of those days. But now we've got ourselves a bear that laughs. And with a bear that laughs, how can it ever be bad?
You coming in to play, Laughing Bear, or are you just hanging out?
I'm loading up.
Okay.
The bear is laughing.
Wait for a minute.
Ha ha ha. Ha 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 ha. Well, while you are loading up, why don't I read some Blood of Heroes? Dunkeld was nearly as big as any capital city on the major worlds of the Inner Sphere, including even New Avalon or Luthien or Tharkad. But appearances were deceiving. Its population, like that of the whole planet, had been declining steadily for generations. Glengarry had once been a thriving colony, one of Terra's eldest daughters, but it had been hit hard in the early rounds of the Succession Wars. Dunkeld still possessed vestiges of Glengarry's one-time greatness, things like the fine architecture of the municipal center in the heart of town, or the massive bulk of these old Star League fortifications on Castle Hill, northwest of the town. But the city was no bustling metropolis. Many of its buildings were empty and decaying, and still occupied sections were often shabby, dirty, and run down. Alex wondered if the city, the entire planet, would ever return to anything of its original glory. His father had always been outspoken on the subject of humanity's losing struggle against the decline of civilization. But it took the images of Dunkeld, past and present, to bring the truth home. Grayson Carlyle and the Grey Death had been dedicated to holding the line against the forces that were dragging humanity down. But how much could they do in the face of overwhelming odds? Sudeten, with its numerous industrial centers and burgeoning population, was a thriving planet, seeming impervious to the ravages of war. Like most worlds of the Inner Sphere, it had lost a certain amount of high technology over the 3 centuries of Succession Wars, but the arrival of the Grey Death Legion had led to a small technological renaissance. With them had come copies of the ancient Star League computer core salvaged on Helm in the last days of the Legion's fight against House Merrick. The so-called Grey Death computer core held many lost secrets from the golden era of the Star League, not all of them military, and the dissemination of that information had helped create a genuine economic
was quick.
boom on Sudeton, as well as across the rest of the Inner Sphere. But Glengarry had proved a tougher proposition altogether. The original colony had done well enough for a time, being close to the valuable Terran trade routes. Homegrown products exported to the hungry markets of Terra brought in a healthy revenue to fill the planetary coffers. Unfortunately, Glengarry's first colonists had never seen fit to diversify and build self-sufficient heavy industries. When the Star League collapsed and interstellar trade declined during the First Succession War, the planetary economy suffered a mortal blow. Glengarry was as much a casualty of war as any of the border planets that constantly changed hands between the warring armies of the great houses of the successor states. In fact, the world had not seen much fighting in more than a century, at least not the kind that had characterized the succession wars overall. The rival leaders of the Inner Sphere had not found sufficient reason to attempt to conquer the world, nor did Glengarry's location make it the target of the constant raiding endemic on worlds closer to the borders. There was just no suitable strategic or economic targets worth attacking on Glengarry. In consequence, the Lyran Commonwealth had not seen fit to garrison the planet with regular military units. Except for an ill-trained planetary militia and the private armies of a handful of ambitious, noble landowners, there had been no effective fighting force on the planet for years. Private wars between the aristocrats and the depredations of homegrown marauders driven to violence by poverty and despair had substituted for the large-scale conflicts that plagued more noteworthy worlds. These local problems had been enough to keep Glengarry from recovering from the downward spiral that had begun with the fall of the Star League. The decision to bolster the strength of Federated Commonwealth forces in this region of space, the so-called Isle of Skye, linking the old Federated Suns to the worlds of the Lyran Commonwealth, was what had brought the Grey Death to Glengarry and given the citizenry hope at last. And now back to some MechWarrior Online, where you guys can go play, and I'm going to sit in my cockpit and play with my Game Boys.
All systems
Override engaged.
Override engaged.
Yeah, I hope I do okay. I'm pretty shaky tonight.
It's okay?
Yeah, we'll see how
I'm
I
not
do.
very
I'm
shaky,
not
and I'm
drinking,
not
so-
doing okay, so...
I know, and I'm not drinking, so I mean, who knows what's going to happen.
But you guys know they're giving
It'll
away
be a
3
weird
mechs
night.
this month, right?
Uh-huh. 2 of which I already have.
Spirit Bear,
What makes are those?
a Spirit Bear, a Battle
Spirit
Master,
Bear,
and a Bull
Battle
Shark.
Master. The Bull Shark
Oh,
3.
really?
Yes. I couldn't believe
You
they're
got
giving away a
40
Bull
days.
I
Shark.
think I have a Bull Shark 3 and I have a Spirit Bear already. I
Yeah,
don't know if I have
you
a
got,
Battle
like-
Master.
Acquired.
Yeah, it was 39 days for this event. To get everything.
And it actually doesn't seem like it's
And-
This
terribly
isn't,
difficult.
This isn't the loot bag thing, is it?
No.
No, it's mostly match and damage scores.
Yep, so
Usual
anybody out there
combat
who has
scores.
not gone out there and gotten their free mechs or wants to try the game, now is the time.
Yeah. And then starting Friday,
Target acquired.
they're having like almost at least a full week of event use stuff. Of like
I saw that they were doing event queue stuff. I didn't look in to see exactly what it was. All right.
well,
I
there's a
cannot be out here by
bunch of-
myself.
Yeah. I mean, I gotta get this covered before we move in. So every night they're
Target
doing
acquired.
1 to 2 different event queues. You know, like one night's heavy assault, and it's just clan heavies and assault you can run.
This should be good.
New target
And they got, like,
acquired.
can't remember if it's just one night or subsequent nights where it's like just mediums.
Just
You know,
one
one-
night. Just one.
Yeah,
night.
one queue for IS, one queue for clan.
New target acquired.
So in other words, faction is gonna still be dead
New
until that
target
is over.
acquired.
Until the game closes and is no longer played.
Yeah, well, yeah, there's that.
I
too.
believe that's how long faction is going to be dead at this point. Why is our entire team just holding back?
Well, I was saw something over here, so
There's quite a few of
check
them
it
over in
out.
Gulf 7.
There's nothing.
New target
Yeah.
acquired.
Oh, there he is. He's too far away from me.
But again, I can't be out here by myself and have any hope of anything if I stay out here.
New target acquired.
Target spotted. Target spotted. Target spotted.
UAV
Target
activated.
spotted.
New target
Ooh, there's a
acquired.
few more over here than it looked like.
That's why I haven't stuck my head around that corner yet.
New target acquired.
Spotted.
I guess
Yeah,
this
and I
guy's
should
just
not
a
have to be the boldest one.
New target acquired.
Target spotted.
New target acquired.
Hey, whoever's shooting at Delta, no contact on those missiles.
New target acquired. New target acquired.
Ah. Well, I tried to push in to get other people to come, but got those guys up on the ridge still, just hammering everyone long range.
Target destroyed.
None of those missiles are hitting that one. Noble I and G, that's probably a good hit.
Well, I went and took out one assault. Scared off a light.
Target acquired. Target destroyed. New target acquired.
I got the kill on
Thank
that
you
one,
for
although I probably
remembering
shouldn't have.
me.
Target spotted. Target spotted.
Let's see if I can make him squirm a little.
Enemy base is being captured.
Target spotted.
That cockpit, that's got to be a Prana.
It is.
Enemy base is being captured.
I'm in my angry fish.
Base is being captured. Target destroyed. New target acquired. Enemy base is being captured. New target acquired. Base is being captured.
Target spotted. Target spotted.
Base is being captured. Base 25% captured. Target destroyed.
Nice one.
Base captured. Target acquired. Right cursor critical damage. Left cursor critical damage. Machine
There are
system
3 of them on the base. I cannot take them myself.
base is being captured. Right cursor destroyed. Right arm destroyed. Left leg critical. Warning incoming missile.
Yeah, basically everything that's left is on the base.
Target acquired.
Hey, Not Naya. Good evening to you. You don't need to look anywhere else. Every single last one of them is on the base.
Fuel at 25%. Fuel at 0%.
Why are people not pushing in tonight? They're being like really wicked timid. 3 killing blows, 3 kill assists, 322 done, and arrows down.
Did 388 damage, 2 KMDDs.
I mean, we have one guy on our team who did some decent damage. And other than that, I mean, look how many were below 200.
Yeah.
Almost half of our team. That's why we didn't win. Hey, Not Naya. How's my audio coming across? Is it sounding okay over there? I want to make sure it is coming across right because I had a report that it may be a little lighter than it should be. I haven't done anything to it, but I just want to make sure. Or
just fine.
Anyone else out there. Well, you can, but you're not on Twitch, so.
Good point.
Well, let's read. Okay, thank you. I appreciate it. It may have been somebody else had it turned down, and so it was being quiet. There we go. With the Legion's arrival on Glengarry, the population had looked to the mercenary unit as a panacea for all of the planet's ills. Carlisle's troops had easily suppressed the outlaw gangs and defanged the ambitious noblemen, but it would take more to restore Glengarry's lost glory. One mercenary regiment with its dependents wasn't enough of an influx of people to spark a financial boom, and the lost knowledge of the old computer core was worthless without the means of production to turn out the high-tech wonders revealed there. The population of Glengarry was too small, too scattered, and too deeply rooted in a subsistence-level agrarian economy. Though Grayson Carlyle had done everything possible to help, he had been unable to do more than slow down the planet's continuing decline. There was ample room for expansion, if only the colonists could develop their world. Most of Glengarry's population was concentrated on the smallest of the planet's 3 major continents, dubbed Scotia by the Scots-descended pioneers who had first settled there. Dalradia and Pictland were 2 larger landmasses in the northern hemisphere had never attracted much attention, partly because of their harsher climates, but mostly because the original colonists had been drawn to the abundant resources of Scotia. The mountain ranges that dominated much of the continent were rich in a variety of ores, while the open ground of the valleys and lowlands had been judged ideal for farming and ranching. If not for the wars, later colonial expansion might have opened up the other land masses, but as it was, most of Glengarry was still virgin wilderness.
All systems nominal.
Override engaged.
To all warriors on the surface, your task is
Oh, look, we have Master on our team. If he's here, you know Faction's got to be dead. There are no other options. I am going downstairs. Oh my.
When is the event thing supposed to start?
So
the event queue starts tomorrow.
The event queues, yeah, tomorrow. The event is going on right now.
Yeah. So with like, I believe it was just first victory, you get
You get the Kodiak Spirit Bear, yes. Well, that didn't last
Did
very
anybody
long.
come up with a creative build for that mech?
Yes, put it into a catapult and launch the entire thing at your enemy.
Target spotted.
Target acquired.
Target spotted.
Anyone know how many people they got on the wall?
There's one so far. Fox 5.
Probably 2.
Oh, we got the basement dweller.
There's at least 2 down here.
New target acquired.
Need any help there? Alright, I'll drop.
Oh, they got a Jenner 7A.
Target destroyed. New target acquired.
Target spotted.
Bastard.
Target spotted.
New target acquired.
Target spotted. Target spotted.
UAV
Target spotted.
activated.
Target spotted.
Alright guys, we're in the basement. There's a shit ton up in the Echo 5, Echo 4 on
Target
top.
acquired.
Nice.
Affirmative.
Hey, I got the KMDD.
Now let's push out of the basement, Delta 4, Echo 4. There's a bunch over on that one side.
Enemy forces at 75%. Need assistance.
And in West Philadelphia.
New target acquired.
Target spotted. Target spotted.
Oh, too much fire
New
coming from
target
that
acquired.
direction. We're on the other corner.
New target acquired. Left leg critical
Target
damage.
spotted.
Warning incoming missile.
Need assistance. Looks like only half of the enemies remain.
New target acquired.
And it looks like this is going to be a stomp again.
New target acquired.
I mean, at least it's a stomp in our direction, but
Target destroyed.
Right.
still a stomp.
Alright, I got the wall guy.
Negative.
Or one of them.
Target acquired. Right torso critical damage. Target acquired.
Spotted.
New target acquired. Target destroyed.
All right.
Way to
Kick
go.
their ass. Again, it's a 12-2, which I'm not happy with, but 3 killing blows, 5 kill assists, 2 KMDDs, 508 done. Arrows up. I wonder how much of the event I have completed. I mean, I already have a spirit bear, so this will be a second one for the garage. So, spirit bear done. And then some sea bills, because you know that's what I need. Sea bills.
Yeah. I'm sure you're.
I need
Oh,
to destroy some components, lance and formation, damage and match score, 5 KMTDs, and match score, savior kills, match score UAV kill,
G1
match
victory.
score destroy missiles. Oh, good. I have to destroy missiles. Match score scouting rewards, match score protected proximity. Oh, I'm already at 40 of those out of 20. And then earn 1 solo kill and 5,500 match score to get the bull shark. So, I'm going to do a thing.
A thing?
Yes, a thing.
You're gonna show your thing, or you're just gonna do a thing?
No, I do the thing underneath the desk. I show the thing only if I want to get kicked. All right, ready up. It was too bad the odds were stacked against the locals, Alex thought bitterly. Under different circumstances, Glengarry would have been one of the jewels of the inner sphere. Instead, it was a quiet backwater condemned to a long, slow, ignominious death. Sir, will you have breakfast now, or would you prefer to dress first? Alex glanced back at the figure standing in the doorway leading into his apartment. Dressed in a kilt of the Dunkeld Servants' Guild, the big-boned man was a local, ruddy-faced, and with the light hair and eyes common to the Celtic stock of Glengarry. Alex was still not used to the full-scale VIP treatment, especially after spending so much time as a cadet. Cadets at the Brander Training Center shared rooms and did without servants, but in Dunkeld, and especially in the residence, things were different. On Sudeten, this man's duties would have been performed by a host of machines slave to a household computer system. But on Glengarry, personal service was a major source of employment for people who would otherwise have been condemned to abject poverty. As far as the locals were concerned, even the lowest-ranking Aztec of the Grey Death rated as a VIP entitled to all the comforts of the aristocracy. Back at the Brander Center, Carlyle shared a room with Clay, and a bathroom with 2 other cadets as well. But here at the residence, his family had a large block of apartments reserved for their personal use, with a staff of retainers to look after their every need. Alex had a 4-room suite all to himself, stocked with old but well-cherished furnishings. The luxuries, and the temptations that went with them, made a sad contrast to the unhappy conditions that prevailed among the common folk of Glengarry, and Alex often found it hard to keep things in perspective. Thank you, MacDonald, sir, the man supplied helpfully. There was a note in his voice that was anything but subservient, despite his job. Glengarry's population, mostly descended from Scots, Welsh, and Irish stock from Tara's British Isles, displayed a notable streak of pride and independence. They reminded Alex of old Davis McCall, though they were less prone to slip into the completely unpronounceable dialect McCall was so fond of. Thank you, MacDonald. I'll shower and dress first, and I'll only be wanting a light breakfast, please. The man clucked disapprovingly. Oh, you're all like you Carlyles. he said, half to himself. Best kitchen on the whole planet, and all you want is something light. He looked directly at Alex. Service in the main dining room in 30 minutes, sir. Alex handed MacDonald his empty teacup and followed, the servant indoors. So, for whatever reason, and those of you guys who are on Twitch can vouch for me on this. There was some weird translations in this thing. There, and I don't think it's the words by and large. There's been a couple I've had to correct, but they put pronunciation or what the hell are they called? Commas and periods and punctuation, not pronunciation, punctuation. They put punctuation in weird spots. Like, it just appears. Like, Alex handed MacDonald his empty teacup and followed. Period. The servant indoors. Period. Well, clearly the first period shouldn't be there. And when you're trying to read and you're trying to do some of these things, and commas are where you're supposed to pause and take a breath, right? Some really long sentences don't have commas at all. And some have them in very weird spots. So if things go a little wonky sometimes, guys, blame it on the alcohol. Blame it on the alcohol. Or, the way the book was translated. Override engaged. So I need to start dropping some components. So I decided that a good way to drop components is a beam laser kit fox. Because I can take arms and legs and torsos and all of those fun things in a very direct manner.
Acquired.
Target spotted.
We got 2 Echo 3 high.
Target spotted. Target spotted. Negative.
Negative there.
I saw somebody at the door.
I got seismic Delta 4, Charlie 4 side.
Can trigger hand. Damn it.
Watch it, artillery.
They've been dropping artillery there constantly.
Target spotted.
And why? Because that's where we are.
Don't peek Delta 4 from here.
Target spotted.
Panthers up high, Delta 6. Sorry, Charlie 4.
Need assistance. Affirmative. Target spotted.
Panthers down.
Target spotted. Need
Not dead, just off of his perch.
affirmative.
Warhammer, there's a Bane when you come out to your right.
Target spotted.
Okay.
Sorry. Target spotted.
You must shift to right.
Target spotted.
A new target acquired.
Spotted. Target spotted. Need assistance.
Fuck. I am just playing like shit tonight.
Acquired.
Target spotted.
Victory,
Target
victory.
spotted.
UAV activated.
Target spotted. Need assistance.
Where'd that come from?
Heat level critical.
Oh.
Target spotted.
Nah.
Flipping CT on that bag.
Major torso critical. Heat sink destroyed. Heat level critical.
Why are people in the center?
Because they like to be in the center of things.
A new target acquired.
Not because it makes
they're
any sense.
idiots.
A new target acquired. Incoming missile.
Oh, they're all there.
like it. The sparks are flying.
Where the hell was the last guy? How is it 5 to 11? Do we have somebody live?
Did we count down?
How is it 5 to 11? They counted down, but the guy is at 0 ping and dead, but not counted.
That's a good question. Don't make much sense.
Go PGI. We're very proud of you.
Yeah, right. I think it's time to take out Barney.
Alex handed McDonald his empty teacup and followed the servant indoors? No, good. Hey, jackass. Nobody is paying for anything. Ban. Congratulations, you have been banned.
Now for something completely different.
Jackass, if you're still out there, we're not doing that. I have not now, nor will I ever go and pay for followers or viewers or any of the above. That is ridiculous, and nobody should ever do that. But if you want to follow and view all on your own, hey, I'm happy to have you. But I will not pay you to do so. Or pay random people to come in there and get those things. All right, where was I?
Reading.
The residence was the largest, grandest building in the Warren built on and into Castle Hill. The rest of the complex was given over to fortifications extensive enough to house the whole Grey Death, with plenty of room to spare. But they were now occupied by no more than a single company of the Legion's elite armored infantry, plus a larger body of planetary militia. Most of the heavier weaponry originally mounted in the fortress had long since been scrapped, leaving Castle Hill better suited for ceremonial than for military functions. But the residence itself was still the seat of Glengarry's planetary government, as it had been almost from the birth of the colony. As landholders contractual, the senior officers of the Grey Death had quarters and offices here, together with officials of the planetary government. Why, yes, hey, Red Samovari. Yes, I have 3 more to add to my garage here soon. Garage. But we will be fancy about it. We will put it in our garage. Garage? Garage. Yes, yes. Yes, I think that is pronounced correctly. Garage. That government was essentially unchanged from the days of the First Succession War. Making my own custom-made Omni-Mech in the Mech Lab on Megamech using a mixture of IS and Clan Tech. Ooh. So it's an Omni Inner Sphere mech. I love it. Glengarry had been held by a whole succession of different feudal overlords, mostly Lyran aristocrats, but with a sprinkling of corporations and an occasional merc unit like the Legion, as House Steiner had seen fit to reassign the planet for short-term political or economic advantages. Through all those regimes, in which most of the titular rulers were not even resident on the world, the local population had been administered by a council of 20 leading citizens who appointed one of their number to the archaic post of Governor General once every 5 years. The Council of 20 was a tightly held oligarchy that had remained within the same tiny circle of families for generations. The planet's government was plagued by corruption and petty jealousies, and it was only with the utmost care and caution that Grayson Carlyle could approach reforms. Several long-term members of the council had been forced out soon after the arrival of the Grey Death. The current Governor General, Roger DeVries, was a new man. Unconnected with past abuses, he had vowed to reorganize the planetary administration and break the power of the oligarchy. He was also Caitlin's father. Yes, yes, go wild. Alex mused over the chances of real reform as he went through his morning routine. Roger DeVries struck him as an honest, well-intentioned man, but he was also definitely an individual with his own agenda. He wasn't even a native of Glengarry. DeVries had started out as a small-time free trader plying the interstellar space lines. Eventually settling on Glengarry with the profits of his merchanting career, he'd married a local girl 20 years his junior. Though he had quickly become an important and influential figure on Glengarry, the man's off-world birth had barred him from an active role on the Council of 20. On the theory that DeVries was less enmeshed in local politics and ancient feuds, it was Grayson Carlyle who had sponsored the man for the council, working behind the scenes to secure him the governor generalship. This entire page is one long paragraph, so we'll just stop there and I'm not going to try to read all the way through. Override engaged. Instead, we'll pick back up if I can find my spot again after this match.
Yeah, gotta love the editors on some of these books.
Yeah, I'm telling you. Some of them are so well done and so well written, and some of them are just... And I also recognize that some of this may be as it was changed from physical copy into digital copy, that it went a little wonky.
Oh, yeah.
Because while there should have been an editor to go through and work on all of this stuff, yeah, I don't know that there always is.
Target acquired.
Target spotted. Target spotted.
Acquired.
They definitely have some heavier guys coming down the Echo area. So watch yourself if you decide to crest that hill or even Colgate that hill.
You could probably Pepsodent it, but not Colgate or Crest it.
Maybe you can even Aqua Velva the hill.
Just don't musk it.
Yeah, we do got one behind us.
Target spotted. Affirmative. Target spotted. Target spotted.
New target acquired. Target destroyed. New target acquired.
I got pinched off. Pinchy punta. Ichi madre.
Target spotted. Target spotted.
Base is being captured.
Target spotted.
Missile.
Target spotted. Target spotted.
Sorry, I want to be the only Apache left in this game.
Shutdown. New target acquired. Override shutdown.
I'm not very good with my Apache.
Yeah, it takes some time to get used to it.
Oh, there you are.
The guy was trying to come and get me, but I just went ahead and burned myself until I died.
You can't kill me.
New target acquired.
Yeah, in fact, I've re-recorded that for my stuff here.
Ah.
Taken out by a cup of coffee.
Yeah, my space bar got stuck. And I kept going forward when I didn't want to. While I was flying.
Target spotted.
Silly mech warrior. You can't kill me. Only I can kill me. Silly mech warrior. You can't kill me. Only I can kill me. That is correct. That is my new one.
New target acquired. Critical. Override shutdown.
Target spotted.
This Marauder needs to stop firing all 3 binary lasers at once. He's going to burn himself
Yeah, that's
to
a little
death.
much.
Yeah. 1 killing blow, 5 kill assists, 1 KMTD, 417 done, 245 taken, 3 components destroyed. Arrows up.
I didn't know my cognition is not too much where I can look on a target, hit the target. I just get bullets and point the bullets at the people and pull the trigger.
I'll say it's that or Lermboot.
Yeah, they didn't even out damage us. We just outshot them.
The alliance between the merchant and the mercenary was not always an easy one, however. De Vries held the good of the planet above all else, and resented the drain on resources and manpower represented by the Legion.
Woohoo!
And although Grayson Carlyle wanted nothing but good for Glengarry, the Grey Death still came first and foremost in his mind. It was a situation that inevitably led to clashes between two strong-minded men, a tension only heightened by the political infighting among nobles who missed the good old days of an absentee overlord and the freedom to resolve their differences by force if they deemed it necessary. Probably the only thing that had kept matters from getting completely out of hand was the inability of the aristocrats to decide who they hated more: the mercenary planet holder who wouldn't let them rearm, or the interloping off-worlder governor general who refused to play politics the way the landowners wanted. Alex finished his shower, a real water shower, a luxury not often enjoyed at Brander, and dressed in his best uniform. By the time he was seated at the long, empty table in the main dining hall waiting for McLeod to bring his breakfast, his thoughts were back on the speech he was to give this afternoon. Today was one of the most solemn holidays observed by the members of the Grey Death, and Alex would be representing his absent parents at the ceremonies, marking the occasion. Like the bungled leadership exercise the day before, this was part of the process of grooming him for the day when he would take command of the Legion. Legionnaires and civilians alike would be listening to his words, making their own estimations of what kind of successor Grayson Carlyle had chosen. What Alex said today could set the tone for the future of Legion and planet alike. Above all, he wanted to make his parents proud. He only hoped he would. Here we go. All is in readiness, Air General. The last dropship. Oh, I should start out with Chapter 6. Scene at the jump point. Sky Systems. Sky March. Federated Commonwealth. 1 April 3656. All is in readiness, Air General. The last dropship has docked, and Veltelobros Brest Glushko. God, what the... Well, Tall Oberst Glushko. Who the fuck comes up with these names? What the... It's like he had a stroke in the middle of writing that name. Reports jump preparations underway around the fleet, reported Hauptmann Johann Albrecht to the commander of the Free Sky Expeditionary Force. Excellent. General Commandant Wilhelm Friedrich von Bülow studied his aide for a long moment. Sitting aboard the command dropship Asgard, he had the Free Sky Fleet's entire sophisticated communication system literally at his fingertips. But von Bülow was essentially an old-fashioned officer. He preferred to let his staff sift through the routine matters and report to him in person. There were some who scoffed that he was an eccentric old fool, but after years as a staff man himself, von Bülow regarded his methods as a tried-and-true alternative to the chaos that generally resulted from micromanagement from the top. Excellent work, excellent, Johann. I must remember to commend the logistics master for his fast work. And we had to switch to a German accent here, because the Isle of Skye is populated by Germans. As I believe it actually is in lore.
Reactor online. Sensors online. Weapons online. All systems nominal.
Override engaged.
Override, we trust. In moms, we trust.
And we will bring them the fires of the heavens. And I will pee in their Kool-Aid. Because why should I not pee in their Kool-Aid? The real question is, do you guys always... Did you guys notice that the domination clock is longer?
Yeah, that's what I was just looking at. I was like, oh!
I have not looked at the looked at the patch notes, but I assumed that was part of it.
Yep, it was just for this patch.
Oh, it's just for this patch?
Yes.
Are they moving it back afterwards?
Yes, that is what they've said, yes.
He's up on that tree up there. Right up there.
Target acquired. Target spotted. New target acquired. Target spotted.
He just jumped out.
Target spotted.
Your medium lasers are not nearly as strong as my beam lasers. I will beam you up, Scotty. I am here to pump you up.
Target spotted. New target acquired.
Oh, these fools are going down the tunnel. Are they going to get eaten?
Need assistance.
New target acquired.
Target spotted. Need assistance.
I put artillery on the backside. Don't go over there on the Viper on the backside because there's artillery back there, dude. You're walking into it.
New target acquired.
Target spotted.
Target spotted. Acquired. Damage. New target acquired.
Need assistance.
New target
Where'd that come from?
Target spotted.
Charlie DeGener.
Target spotted.
Ah,
Target spotted.
New target acquired.
Target spotted.
Friggin' Apaches.
Target spotted.
New target acquired. Destroyed.
Fast here. D7, D7.
Destroyed.
Target spotted.
Laser destroyed.
I'm still alive.
Override engaged. Target destroyed.
Nice job, Laughing Bear.
Yeah, it's 2 minutes right now. It's normally a minute and a half, right? I'm not misremembering
60
that.
seconds.
What is it?
60 seconds.
It's only normally a minute? Really?
Yep. Mm-hmm.
I need to drink more. Or less.
Edibles.
More or less I should be drinking.
Target acquired.
More or less.
Something along those lines.
I have not had a drink in like 6 months.
I could probably count the hours. If I really wanted to. Guess it'd be.
Oh look, it's a fucking
20
plane.
hours?
And it's just hovering up there, all the way up in the air. I mean, it's gonna bust its legs bad when it hits. But there should be no mech in Mech Warrior that can do that. This is not Plane Warrior, it's Mech Warrior.
Well played.
Yeah, see, I didn't, for my skill tree, I didn't do all the extra, like, lift. I only have a couple points in that. Because staying up in the air like that is just a good way to die.
In Tier 1 matches, yes. In Tier 5 matches, they'll never see you.
True.
Like, it's raining
But
hail of
since,
bullets.
Since I end up more in Tier 1 matches than I do in
That's
Tier
true.
5.
I'm not here to dissuade you on that. What do we have for?
Yeah, that
45.
sitting up there, you can shoot almost directly below you because your weapons are in your arms.
So you could do your thing if you
But
want to.
you can't always see it, so you got to be, have that ability to kind of track your target below you, which
all right,
becomes difficult.
He's limping. She's limping again.
Yes, sir. Hauptmann Albrecht replied, pausing to enter a notation on his wrist comp. Like the good aide that he was, the officer would no doubt remind von Bülow of the combination in due course. Von Bülow continued to regard the man with a cold, expressionless stare. And what is the opinion of our plan on Deck 4, Johann? Deck 4, the command dropship Asgard, housed the junior and mid-level officers of von Bülow's staff, along with the leadership of the Duke of Sky's own Huskarls, the elite infantry guardsmen pledged to the support of Duke Richard Steiner. The aide's smile was almost predatory. Conditions for this strike could not be better, Herr General, he said. Half of Glengarry's garrison is deployed off-world, while the Grey Death's leadership is off attending some court function on Sarkad. The enemy is wide open. They have quite a reputation, Johann, von Bülow reminded him, playing devil's advocate. Mercenaries. The aide sneered, not sneered. Sneered. Good enough for raiding or set-piece battles, perhaps. But how well will they fight when there's no profit in the conflict? They have no cause, nothing to rally behind, and no one to lead them. How much of a threat can they be? Be careful of overconfidence, Johann, von Bülow said quietly. These aren't just ordinary mercenaries. Always remember that. They fought the clans to a standstill on Pandora, and that was no mean feat. The Grey Death Legion is an opponent to be respected. Yes, Herr General. The younger man's tone was subdued, but there was still a gleam in his eye. Von Bülow favored him with a smile. Still, you're right. The situation will never be more favorable. His Grace has planned well. He gestured at the transparent plasteel window behind his desk, where 6 Invader-class jump ships hung motionless at the system's zenith jump point, awaiting the order to engage their hyperspace drives for the jump from Sky to Glengarry. The Asgard was docked with a larger vessel, the Star-Lord-class Götterdämmerung. Together, the ships represented a formidable armada. Ever since the death of Archon Melissa Steiner, the pride of her eldest son and heir had swelled unchecked, and the Davian presence in the Isle of Skye was becoming more intolerable with each passing week. Prince Victor had all but accused Duke Ryan Steiner of complicity in the assassination of his mother, but that was no excuse for the arrogance his troops had been displaying these past months. And if Victor Davian's lackeys believed that the Duke would cave in under their pressure, they were sadly mistaken. Oh, but... So this book basically happened at the same time as the last book. It's kind of interesting to listen to it that way. Override engaged. Knowing that by the end of this book, very likely Duke Ryan Steiner has been assassinated. And he was killed by Notnaya repeatedly with excellent prejudice. So as it is written, so shall it be done.
Target acquired.
Holy shit, that had a lot of jump jets. What the fuck? I didn't think you were gonna make
Just
it.
a little bit. That was only half of my jump fuel.
Half the mech is jump jets for sure.
Warning incoming.
No, it was just half my fuel, not the mag.
New target acquired.
Target spotted.
All right. Cody is now leg.
I
Echo
use
3.
DACA, but
Shoot the right leg.
DACA is not typically my favorite way to go.
Target destroyed.
All right, he's down. Ooh.
Omni-Mech variant with just
So
2
guy,
Rack
Echo 3
5s
UAV
and a
is up.
single IS.
Echo 3.
IS medium laser. I should finish my thought.
Target spotted.
Target acquired.
That is a lot of SRMs on that summoner.
Target spotted.
Right leg. Golf.
Warning incoming missile. Target destroyed. New target acquired. Target acquired.
Ow.
New target acquired. New target acquired.
Ah.
Really, there were 3 of our mechs over there. And they just let the guy just tear me apart.
Juliet.
Target acquired. Target destroyed. New target acquired.
Got a stalker. Delta 4.
New target acquired. Warning. Missile.
Target spotted.
acquired. New target acquired.
Oh, he shut down. Too bad he got you from there.
I am watching the world's smallest violin.
New target acquired.
He ran away. Well, the Star League Defense Force was fighting him.
Target acquired.
Fuck that.
New target acquired.
Legged him as he shut down. And keep shutting down.
Are you guys both dead?
Yes.
What did you say?
I asked if you were both dead.
Yes.
Good job, guys.
I was long since dead. I've just been bonked by Not Naya. It was very, very unexpected. I am just playing like crap tonight.
Ditto. I'm gonna play one more.
Okie dokie.
And then I'm going to decide my fate from there.
Sounds good.
The PD is getting the better of me tonight.
Discontent with Davian rule had flared into open protest and even some riots all over the Isle of Skye at virtually the same moment. And although Richard Steiner held the rank of Field Marshal and Commander-in-Chief of the Federated Commonwealth Forces in the Sky March, he had chosen to throw his lot in with Ryan Steiner's Free Sky movement rather than attempt to put the risings down. Von Bülow, as one of Richard Steiner's closest supporters, had advised against Richard allying with Ryan, but it seemed now that Richard had done the right thing after all. As Field Marshal of the Sky March, he controlled most of the region's military assets. But as a new Duke of Skye, his political power was even greater. The former Duchess, Margaret Aten, had been handicapped by the twin impediments of low birth and close personal attachments to Katrina and Melissa Steiner. But the political marriage between her young daughter Sarah and Katrina's excuse me. Katrina's nephew Richard had been a popular move. Even more popular had been Margaret's decision to step aside and allow the new generation to take over. So this is right after the assassination of Melissa Steiner, and it's actually taking place at the exact same time as, I believe, as our last book that we just read. Because we've kind of backed up in the last book, we saw the ceremony where Victor named Grayson Carlyle Lord of the Planet. And it just happened again at the beginning of this book. So they're pretty much running in tandem with each other. I mean, more specifically, it's 3656. Although that feels really late of a year. It feels like that year might be wrong.
Back in time for the game. Bye.
Okay.
Let me see something. Yeah, because the previous one was at 3056. It's 3056, not 3656. I thought that sounded really weird. So it's in 3056. So it's still in the clan peace era. Kind of that 10-year period between the end of the clan first assault and when anything may open up again. It's, the death of Melissa Steiner as the Archon just happened recently. So that's about where we are. No one outside the new Duke's inner circle knew that the abdication had been anything but voluntary. Yes, after the Battle of Tukiyin. Even the young Sarah remained blissfully ignorant of the coup Ryan and Richard Steiner had staged to win virtually absolute political power within the Sky March. Besides having the Steiner name to his credit, Richard had immediately made it clear that he was no slavish supporter of the Federated Commonwealth. In a hotbed of separatism like the Isle of Skye, the new Duke's position on the issues of local rule and regional sovereignty had earned him many allies at all levels of society. And where Margaret Aten had been a vehement opponent of Skye secession, her daughter, only half Richard's age at the time of the marriage, was meek, mild, and easily dominated by her forceful husband. Once Ryan Steiner had obtained Richard's support, he had Richard send 2 full regiments of dedicated pro-Davian troops from their base on the key world of the Hesperus II to aid Richard's cousin, Marshal Caesar Steiner, deal with the tensions on the Merrick border. This removed a major obstacle from the path of rebellion. Richard also secured the return of the 4th and 17th Sky Ranger regiments, which had been shifted out of sky space during earlier Davian efforts to tighten their grip on the region. The 2 units still retained their old pro-Sky sympathies. Added to the 10th Sky Rangers, which made up the core of von Bülow's command, they formed a solid nucleus around which the insurrection would be able to rally. You got to love, just a little bit of rebellion.
Lies and slander.
How could it be any better, Rebellion. It's what's for dinner.
Peter Dinklage is on our side.
Yeah, but he can't reach the controls, so I don't know what he's going to do.
Yeah, especially means that he's rich.
Please, everybody, that was a joke. Don't send Peter Dinklage after me. I saw him kick Will Ferrell's ass in The Elf.
Well, and yeah, that might not be a good idea.
Override engaged. Did you like that, drawback? It wasn't Game of Thrones. It was Elf.
Peter Dinklage has been at the movie business for quite a while.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and somehow he never seems to have gotten any taller.
Yeah, what's up with that?
I know, right? Maybe he has that Benjamin Button disease.
I was going to say if he was, what's that comedian, Brad Williams.
Oh, I love that guy.
Brad Williams is awesome.
He's married to a 4th-degree black belt.
Chinese lady, right?
Half Chinese, yeah.
Yeah, I think he came through here recently, but I missed the chance to get tickets.
Well, I guess we all went to the left. Everyone but me.
Are you in E4?
Mm-hmm.
Or E3?
I'm now working my way to the rest of the group.
I'm following Vega. Looks
Who's
like
been
he's
shot with a
backing up.
PPC.
Target spotted.
New target acquired.
Yeah, get out of here.
Target spotted.
New target acquired. New target acquired. New
I
target
can't get to a good
acquired.
spot where I can get a good line of sight.
Yeah, it's
New
It's all
target
very cramped in
acquired.
here.
yeah.
Target spotted.
New
Target
target
spotted.
acquired.
Target spotted.
Looks like they're coming around
New target
our
acquired.
right flank as well.
Ow!
New target
Target
acquired.
spotted.
Got a stalker, Charlie 4.
New target acquired.
Swear to God, I was watching behind me. The moment I turned around, he came around the corner and shot me in the back.
Target destroyed.
Like the very instant I turned around to walk forward.
Target spotted.
Target acquired. Left arm critical damage.
Target spotted. Target spotted.
Heat level critical.
Behind you, Vega.
Yeah,
Urban
I don't know
mech.
why they're not shooting me, but I'll shoot them.
25 spotted. The enemies are eliminated.
Oh, and I'm jammed. Of course, I'm jammed. Because why not? When I have an enemy directly in front
It's
of
okay.
me.
I was
Why
say
wouldn't it?
I was there with you.
New target acquired.
It's like, ugh.
New target acquired.
Experiencing some losses. Don't get floppy out there.
Left torso critical
Target spotted.
damage.
Ah, I'm down.
That executioner got you.
Yeah, I mean, I was pretty torn up already. I was only down to one weapon, so.
New target acquired.
Need to get out of this area.
New
Head
target
for the
acquired.
infantry group.
We've lost half our force. We can't lose any more soldiers.
Fucking executioner, Jesus. That Kodiak must be out of. Oh no.
Echo 4.
Swear to God, they're just not dying when we shoot them today.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
Right?
Some of these guys are taking way more shots than it seems like it used to.
Echo 4.
I'll be right back. And I'm back. What I need is some Crown Royal vanilla.
I got the need for speed.
Alcohol. Alcohol, my permanent accessory. Alcohol, my party time necessity. Alcohol, alternative to feeling like myself. Oh, alcohol, I still drink to your health. I love you more than I did the week before. I discovered alcohol.
Alcohol.
That's the Bare Naked Ladies sing that song.
I don't know.
No, they do. They really do.
All right, I got one more in me, and I gotta.
This is my last one too.
Go do dishes before I go to bed.
Okay. I will take people for as long as I can get them.
I have got some physical therapy stuff I have to do.
Most of the garrisons the Davians had planted in the Sky territory were of indifferent quality and uncertain commitment. A few, like the Sky Rangers, were actually controlled by Ryan Steiner's Free Sky movement, and many of the others would be easily dominated by Duke Richard. After all, he was already their rightful commander, and in the first few weeks of the uprising, to what other clear, legitimate authority would they turn? That had been the case with the loyal but green 11th Federated Commonwealth, the regiment garrisoning Skye. On the Duke's orders, the unit had stayed in garrison when militia armories on Skye were open to the cadre of reservists and promising trainees who formed the rest of von Bülow's strike force, the Skye Guards. They were green, but eager. Of the handful of pro-Davian units that might offer real resistance, only the Grey Death Legion remained as a genuine force to be reckoned with. The mercenaries were already weak from detachments, and their leadership was currently far from the unit. If von Bülow could overwhelm their base on Glengarry quickly enough, the Legion could be neutralized right from the start, and the rest of the Sky March would fall easily. Yes, von Bülow thought, His Grace had planned this well. The strike on Glengarry would be the first overt military operation of the campaign. Even so, Duke Richard had taken care to avoid an outright confrontation. Instead, he had exercised his undoubted right as Duke of Skye to reaffirm von Bülow as the rightful Baron of Glengarry. By thus using his authority as Duke and Field Marshal to uproot the Grey Death from Glengarry and plant von Bülow and the 10th Sky Rangers in their place, Duke Richard would have almost all the Isle of Skye in sympathetic hands, and a solid body of legal right on his side when the Archon Prince protested. Let Victor actually start a war by challenging Ryan and Richard Steiner. Given the divided loyalties throughout the old Lyran Commonwealth, the prince would soon be bogged down in civil war. The dawn of new independence for the people of Skye was at hand, and perhaps more too. Richard Steiner wasn't that far off the principal line of succession of the Lyran Commonwealth. Once Katrina's heirs were cast out, what would stand in the path of Richard becoming the next Archon of a revised House Steiner? Pass the order to Velterberost Gishko. All ships to continue preparations for jump. I want the fleet ready to move out in 3 hours. and inform Gluskos that I will be transferring my standard to the Gotterdammerung prior to jump. Understood? Yes, Herr General. The aide saluted stiffly and left von Bülow alone to contemplate the fleet and the scattered stars beyond. Stars that would soon be free of the Davian tyranny. Not so much. Override engaged.
I
Being
don't
that,
think so.
I'll say, being that the Lord of all of the Federated Commonwealth has just made the Grey Death, or Grayson Carlyle, the Baron of that world, I think his right supersedes that of anybody else's.
Yeah, 80 points of damage.
And yeah, now you're trying to fight with the Grey Death Legion. That is not going to go over so well for you. They are the Grey Death Legion. They will kick your ass even at half strength. And why? Because they are the Grey Death Legion. We have forces in Delta 4 already. Delta 4 low. And there are some higher ups too.
New target acquired. Target spotted. New target acquired.
UAV.
Two adders in the center.
Corner.
Target spotted. Target spotted.
New target acquired.
Target spotted. Target spotted.
New target acquired.
Target spotted.
New target acquired.
Affirmative.
Target acquired.
Target spotted.
New target acquired.
Target spotted. Target spotted. Target spotted. Target spotted.
New target acquired.
Target spotted. Target spotted.
Like, how the hell is that Warthog still surviving with you shooting him in the ass?
I don't know.
New target acquired.
What the hell am I getting hit with now?
You got a Fafnir up above you.
Yeah. Damn it.
New target acquired.
Yeah, I just want to know how that Warthog took.
Yeah, all of the
alphas
shots
like
that you were putting into his back.
Yeah. Because he walked right by me, so I was like, I waited till I could hit him in the back. So, yeah, I don't. That's.
Yeah, I'm actually done playing Mech Warrior tonight. This is just getting absolutely ridiculous.
Yeah.
I'm cutting my stream way short tonight, but this has been weeks now of this shit happening.
Yeah.
Over and over and over again, where it's just coming out. The matches are not even. It seems like things are taking, like the hitboxes are way off, and it's getting really, really frustrating to try to play this game when so much of this shit is just seemingly off at the moment. I mean, I'm not wrong, am I?
Oh no, it's
New target
because
acquired.
like I was getting good hit registry on that, and
I know the fact that you
yeah,
were
it
just
showed he took damage,
and
but
he was running from you, so it was all right into his rear.
yeah,
and he should not have survived that.
no, not what I did it twice. I mean, that's 55 alpha on that.
Yeah,
two
I
MRM 20s and
I don't have
5
the
medium
armor in the
lasers.
back to withstand that, let alone a frickin' warthog.
Yeah.
No, I think I am just done with this right now because I am going to get really frustrated and quit the game entirely soon if this shit doesn't get fixed, because it's really getting irritating.
To change your tune, you're playing another game and it's really looks cartoonish almost.
Marvel
game.
Rivals.
Okay. It's because I saw it on a post on YouTube, I think.
Yeah,
Looks like a pretty fun game.
Yeah, it's okay. It's much faster. It's a much newer game. Another shitstorm by PGI. Gotta love it.
I'm gonna have to look into it.
Yeah, like I said, it has been repeatedly over and over and over again that these matches are wildly I mean it's 4 to 12, 3 to 12, 2 to 12, 1 to 12. I'm putting alphas in with this thing that in the past I've been able to just crush through people and suddenly it's not doing anything. I've had enough tonight. Yeah. It's not fun to play like this, and it's been weeks now that this stuff has been happening. And
Okay.
it's not just me. If it was just me, that would be one thing. It's not just me. So
it's Army. Woosha.
Oh no, I'm not, out of it like normal. It's just, it's getting to the point with this game, and it's been weeks now, that we know for a fact that heat cooldown was happening not on the mech it was supposed to, it was happening on other mechs. We know that hit registries have been off. We know that the matches over and over again, and again, for weeks now, it's somehow coming out almost all the matches are 4 to 12, 3 to 12, 2 to 12, 1 to 12, and that should not be the case. There is something wrong that they need to address. I don't know what they did. I don't know what has changed, but there is something that is wrong with this that they need to address, because it is not fun to play when every match is coming out that way. And like I said, I don't care if I'm on the winning side or the losing side of that. That doesn't matter to me. A stomp should not happen. I mean, we've played for 2.5 hours tonight. I've managed to finish 3 parts of the event. I've destroyed 17 components in the 2.5 hours that we played. Are you kidding me? I've done 4,500 damage in that time? Really? I've only gotten 4 KMDDs? Are you fucking kidding me?
Yeah. Well, Army, I'll see you later. Vega, you take care of yourself too.
Yeah.
Yep. I'm out too. I'll see
Yeah.
you guys tomorrow.
Have a great night, guys.
Yep.
So, like I said, guys, there is something wrong in the game right now. It should not be happening this way, and it is happening continually. I don't know what it is. I don't think it's that I suddenly suck at the game. Could be. I don't think so. But there's a lot of this stuff that should not be this way, and it's still coming out this way. I didn't get a single solo kill the entire night. Really? So I am going to call it here for the evening before I do, get a little irritated with it. So thank you all for being here with me tonight. I do appreciate it. I hope you guys had some fun anyway, whichever way it happened to go. I will be back again this weekend. Maybe we'll try this again. Maybe we'll try something different. We'll see how the weekend goes. Have a great night, everybody. I'll catch you guys again soon.